So just sitting here, it sits lower than I would have anticipated. I would have thought this thing sat up higher. It's definitely quieter than mine so far. Gotta get used to where all the damn controls are at on this thing. Brake levers feel in a different place. I will say though that this thing is smooth compared to mine. Sits lower than I was anticipating. It's nice having the gauges right there. Brakes are definitely a little more touchy than I'm used to. Could just be my brakes are worn. She certainly is quieter than I'm used to. She doesn't shake nearly as much as mine does. Probably have to get the bars adjusted a little bit, at least compared to what I'm used to. They're not in the most comfortable of positions. Same thing with the shifter. I'd like to get the heel toe shifter put on here. I think this, yeah, it has a hydraulic clutch, so I'm not used to that either. Feel the gears shifting in through the handlebars. I don't know if that's a thing of the hydraulic clutch or what, that you, at least when I downshift, I can feel it kind of popping in the clutch. Definitely different. Sure, there's a little bit of the buffeting that I'm not feeling. No, actually, I know I'm not feeling it on like my chest and abdomen and everything, but it's weird. I'd really like to get this thing out on highway speeds and see what it can do. Maybe I'll have to come back and schedule a proper test ride and see how it does. Surprisingly, though, having this big ass fairing here in front, not that much of a hindrance, but that's not the right word. It's not as disconcerting not being able to see the road like I usually do. So far, taking it into the turns has not been difficult. And that's for me, because I do have a huge visual deficit. I mean, I look like a fucking pirate. But I could definitely see myself getting on one of these and having some fun. It'd be nice to be able to sit down and actually just play with all the different features on there. You know, like learn how to use the cruise control and play with the radio and everything. I don't think it's really needed for this little test ride that we're doing, but there we go. We can actually hear it now. The turn indicators are also different. I'm not sure how I feel about those. They're a different style button than I'm used to. Not to mention, I don't even know where the hell they indicate at. Okay, they indicate up here. Well, the touchscreen isn't that hard to reach. I have to lean forward just a little bit when I'm sitting on the bike. So far, she's more than comfortable enough to ride. Might have to, once I get done with the event, take the switchback out on the same course here and see how she does. But so far, hell, even the stock seat is comfortable enough on these bumps and everything. I'm not gonna lie, riding like this is a little disconcerting. I'm not used to riding in such a staggered and open formation. I can see the appeal of them, though. I'm still curious what, like, the Ultra Limited is like. Don't know if I'm doing myself a disservice by riding this one first. And one thing to keep in mind about all of these is that it's not a review of the bike. It's literally my first impressions. I don't think in however little distance that we're going that I could actually do a proper review on the bike. So this is just literally going to be, like I said, my first impressions of it. But so far, it's a nice bike. And this was actually one of the color combinations that I was looking at. The other one being the red and black with the blacked out accessories. I guess you'd say the bar is the exhaust. Yeah, I mean, hell, even get this thing up to about 60 out here. It's not bad. I don't notice a lot of buffeting on the helmet with whatever windscreen setup this is. I don't know if it's the stock or if it's a taller or a shorter one. I think part of the issue too that I'm having with this thing is that the controls are not set up for me at all. This is also a 114 compared to the 103 that's on my switchback. You can feel the difference in power. As I said, I think it would be a lot of fun to get this thing out and actually see what it's capable of. I'm more surprised at just how quiet this thing is. Maybe I've just gotten used to the switchback and how loud it is. I do think I'll try the Ultra Limited with the Tour Pack on there, see how that's going to be, getting more on and off of it with the Tour Pack, since it's something I have to get used to swinging my leg around. Because if I got one of these, I would want the Tour Pack on there, just for that additional storage and comfort should I ever get a passenger. I don't really have anything negative to say on the first impression that I don't think could be solved by having the bike properly set up for me. You know, like the gear shift is a little odd compared to where I'm used to having it, and you know, the levers are a little bit different than I'm used to, but that could also just be something that you're just not used to. Like, you know, you get into a brand new car, you got to learn the controls, and it'd be better also if I wasn't in a big group ride. Kind of be able to ride it a little more how I'm used to riding. But overall, good bike. A little warm out. But I do see the appeal of these and why people tend to like them. So far, the fairing, not as big of an issue as I thought it would be, you know, blocking the view and everything. I'd like to sit here and be able to play around with it and find out all the little accessories, like, you know, how big exactly are these cubbies? Can I fit shit in them? You know, lighters, or not lighters, but the cigarette lighter charging ports and everything. Like, where are they at? How many of them are there? Learn how to, you know, where would I put a cup holder and my phone charger? But hell, even at parking lot speeds, this thing is nice and quiet. Which is kind of a shame. I rather enjoy the louder bikes. I do believe that, you know, loud pipes help you get noticed. Kickstand's way up there in the front. That's another thing I'd have to get used to, is where the kickstand sits. But overall, good bike. I enjoyed it. Let's see if we can get on another one and test ride it.